What's up, everybody, and welcome to BB Recaps. Like I've said before, BB Recaps is the English language channel right here, and Big Brother QC Recaps is the French language channel. I'm so happy to be here today because we had an amazing week of Big Brother. I loved this week. I was on the edge of my seat for like every single episode, so I'm really happy. So let's go ahead with the episode. Let's start. Okay, so now we're out of the nomination ceremony. Derek has nominated Brittany and Sarah Beth, and essentially Christian is the target. He's just not nominating Christian because if he wins the veto, well, he's in deep caca, you know? So that's that. Anyways, so again, Brittany is crying again, and I understand that it sucks to be on the block, to be the target. It sucks to be on the block, even if it's just as a pawn. But girl, but yeah, no, it sucks. It sucks. I have empathy for her. I understand that it sucks. It sucks. But yeah. And yeah, so it's just unfortunate. She's well, hello, Philly dog, MM2. How are you? I'm so happy to have you here. I was so excited to talk to you pre-live stream. By the way, question for you: is MM2 something related to finance? Because I feel like when I had taken a few finance courses, there was a concept related to MM2, Mudigli Mani Miller. I don't know how to say it, but anyways, I was wondering, is it MM2? You said good man. Are you talking about the episode? Oh, you're doing good. You're doing good. No, it's a video game. Oh, okay. I do not know this video game, but yeah, incredible episode. Honestly, I'm so excited. I freaking love Derek. I ship Derek and first of all, I ship Derek and Hannah, and second of all, I like them both individually because they are both smart players, and I like that Derek is very loyal to Hannah. And Hannah is very loyal to Derek, and you could tell that she really likes him because she was using the bathroom as an excuse to be with him. But I feel like Hannah, would Hannah be able to betray Derek? I feel like she has it in her to betray Derek. I wonder if I don't know. Does Derek have it in him to betray Hannah? If they're able to betray each other, I like them even more. I like them even more if they're able to do that, and I kind of wish it would come down to the fact that they would have to betray each other. That would be my dream because I love showmances that could get over treason like that. Anyways, but they're not a showmance. But does Derek like Hannah? Does Derek like Hannah? Because we keep seeing that Hannah likes Derek, but does he like her, or is he just pushing back because he doesn't want to be a showman because it's going to destruct his game? But then again, like, everyone sees you as a duo, so whatever, even if you're in a showman, it's not going to change anything. But anyways, even now we could see with Alyssa that it's not advantages for her to be associated to Christian because to everyone, Christian and Alyssa are expandable. But anyway, so moving on with the episode. So we had Brittany crying to Derek F, and it's unfortunate that she's a pawn, but girl, you know. Anyways, it's called Mario Maker 2. Oh, okay. I don't know. Oh my god. I feel so weird not being in the loop of video games because literally growing up, Nintendo was my franchise. I had every single console of Nintendo, GameCube, Nintendo 64, what else? Game Boy Advance, SP, Nintendo DS, everything, and now I feel like I'm so out of the loop. What is wrong? What's happening? I'm so old now. Anyways, so yeah, to be honest, great season. It's a good season. I'm entertained this week. I don't know if I would call it a great season. I like the cast. I'm enjoying my journey, but is it a great season? Like, let's say if I go back to the season, I don't feel like it's going to be memorable, right? But I'm enjoying myself right now. But maybe, like I said before, maybe because I've watched so many seasons of Big Brother that now I'm saturated and I've seen every move. I've seen every betrayal. I feel like Big Brother Canada season 9, the format was very different. Like, people were loyal and disloyal, and when people were disloyal, they felt bad, so they went back on their word. Like, Big Brother Canada season 9 was something else. Even the dynamics. A bromance within a isosceles triangle, like Big Brother Canada 5 gave us everything. Philly Dog says, have you seen the live feeds? No, I haven't been keeping I feel like cannot articulate, but I haven't been keeping up with the live feeds. I tried to subscribe to Paramount Plus, but when I tried to subscribe to do the free trial, Big Brother was not included, so I unsubscribed immediately, and I'm not finding any clips. So I was like, you know what, this year I'm gonna watch Big Brother without knowing what's happening on the live feeds. But I wish I could see the live feeds because I feel like it's so juicy. By the way, what do you guys think of Derek showing his cards before actually making his moves? I was scared, but I feel like it's turning out to be a good thing, especially with him telling Sarah Beth ahead of time, because Sarah Beth has not been freaking out. She was very calm and hoping that Christian was the back door. You know, ultimately, Sarah Beth doesn't have a showmance. It just comes down to her. Do you know who won the veto and who is on the block? I know who won the veto. In today's episode, we see that Brittany won the power of veto. The thing is, Big Brother decided to show in the next episode who wins the power of veto. So if he uses the veto or not. I feel like I don't want to be spoiled. Yo, Alex, so happy to see you. Hello. But yeah, I feel like it would be stupid for Derek not to put Christian as a replacement nominee, because Christian already knows the plan. Christian already knows that Derek is not loyal. So having all this information, even if he's not on the block, Derek is still going to be a target. Even worse, because now the people he was targeting are still in the house. You know what I mean? So literally the worst plan if he doesn't use the power of veto. I'm not that he doesn't use the power of veto, but that he puts Christian as a replacement nominee. I really hope he does so. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. But I kind of want you to spill the beans, but at the same time I want to be surprised tomorrow, so I'm really tormented. I don't know if I want to know. I don't know if I want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I want it to be a surprise. I want to be surprised tomorrow. You know what? I didn't want to be spoiled for HOH. So what I did is that I didn't look at the spoilers. But then I forgot to. Well, actually, I didn't forget to watch Big Brother, but I just waited till the next. Well, I was busy that night, so I didn't watch Big Brother, and I was waiting on the next day to watch Big Brother, and then Julie Chen posted a picture of Derek saying that he was the HOH, and I was like, there you go. Episode spoiled, and I didn't even watch it. So if you don't want to get spoiled, just avoid social media altogether. I like BB Can 5 and BB Can 7. Oh, you know what? There's a running gag that Big Brother Canada 7 was actually a really bad season. I liked Anthony a lot. I was rooting for him, but a lot of people felt like the season was always the same people winning, and it was obvious that the Pretty Boys were getting to the end, so people didn't really like it. But yeah, I say hi to you. I'm so happy to have you here. And Philly Dog MM2 said, okay, I won't tell you. I like spoilers. You like spoilers? I feel like I like spoilers when I was watching live feeds and I knew what was going on throughout the whole week, and I was able to participate in every single discussion. But if you're gonna tell me okay, this person did not use the veto and then I had to wait till tomorrow, that sucks. I just want to be in on the action. And the problem is that BBUS, I'm having a lot of problems being in on the action. You said you were Canadian, right? So how do you watch the live feeds if you're Canadian? Because that's what I want, right? So yeah. So SB is talking to the Kings, and Lissa says that he clearly has Derek clearly has something in his mind, because it doesn't make sense that he would target the Kings because they're all part of the Royal Flush Alliance, and they don't understand why he would nominate his own alliance. And Big Brother is so shady because when Sarah Beth talks about her birthday, there's always this sound of happy birthday, and it's such a lame birthday sound. Sometimes Big Brother likes to have fun with those sound effects, and I don't blame them. I really like Big Brother Canada 7 winner. I mean, Dane deserved the win. You know how you watch a season? I wasn't mad at Dane winning Big Brother because I thought he deserved it. And yeah, I think he deserved it. I have no problems with Dane, honestly. But I was rooting for Anthony. I knew Anthony wasn't going to win because Dane is a bit more well-rounded. Well, Dane was a more well-rounded player where he was winning competition part of a dominant alliance, you know, had good connections in the house, was very good at mental competition. So you have it to give it to Dane. He was gonna win. But I loved Anthony. Like, I freaking loved Anthony. That's all I gotta say. No, I'm in the US. Oh, that's why you have access to the feeds. Ah, I just watched the evictions on YouTube. What do you mean you watched the evictions on YouTube? I thought the evictions were live. They're not live. Oh, is it because of the pandemic that they're not live and that you have to wait? You don't have to wait anymore. Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was a live eviction. Alex said Dane deserved it, but he got it easy. I guess, yeah, it was. Look, I think that even in another season of Big Brother, Dane would have done well because he was actually good at mental comps. Like, if you saw his strategy and the way he was studying for those mental comps, absolutely deserved it. Physical beast. So I think maybe the cast wasn't picking up on the fact that there was a dominant alliance and they weren't, like, allumé, you know, they weren't aware of that big alliance. But also, I do think that Dane could have done well in another season as well because he was a very well-rounded player. Kevin from Big Brother Canada 5 is on Twitch. Yeah, I watched him. I don't know if you've watched him review Big Brother Canada 5. It was really interesting. You should watch it. You should watch. Once you finish watching Big Brother Canada 5, you should. I think you said that you've watched those seasons. Yeah, you did say you've watched. I like Big Brother Canada 5. Yeah. You should behind the scenes, and he's basically explaining the moments leading up to the major eviction and everything. So Philly said, no, I searched BBC eviction, so I watch all of the house guests get evicted. So BBC, Big Brother Canada eviction. No, I searched Big Brother Canada eviction, so I watch all. What do you mean by that? Sorry, I'm confused. You mean there's a clip of all the house guests being evicted on YouTube? Is that what it is? So yeah, moving along with the episode. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. I freaking love Sarah Beth. She is so funny, and yeah, she's literally funny. So this is what she did with Derek X. So her and Derek X were just sitting there minding their own business. Both had their glasses on, staring into the abyss, staring into the nothingness. And Sarah Beth is like, you know what? I'm gonna make this really awkward. I'm not gonna say anything. That way, Derek X is going to be the one having to say something at first. I don't know if she really meant to do that, or she just said that in hindsight in the diary room once we asked her, so what was this thing about, like, when you and Sarah Beth were just silent in the living room like that. I don't know if she planned that, but that was hilarious because at the end, Derek is like, oh, I can't do this. And then I was so surprised, but he spilled the beans to Sarah Bean. He, like, tells her, he breaks it down to her, like, girl, you are not the target, and Christian is the target. Like that, you gonna say it like that, like not even hiding your cards. And that could have been very tricky for Derek, because imagine something happens and Sarah Beth is still on the block and she needs to rally votes. Well, obviously when she has that big piece of information in her hands, it could really screw over Derek X's plan, you know. So yeah, so he breaks the silence. He tells her that she's not the target. He said that he had no. Basically, he's trying to break down the way he did the nomination. He said that he didn't want to nominate 2 members of the Jokers because the whole team would hate him. And yeah, and Sarah Beth is not buying this excuse. And he said he had no choice to put her because he had to deal with Alyssa and Xavier. And also, I know it wasn't part of today's episode and it was part of Monday's episode, but I thought Xavier was being very arrogant when he told Derek X not to target not to target the Kings. But it's like, okay, so you're basically telling me that you have a sub-alliance in our major alliance and that you want me to keep them. That's the thing. They keep talking about this 8-person alliance. We shouldn't target each other, da-da-da. But you guys are clearly showing that there's a hierarchy in this 8-person alliance and that the Kings are at the top, and then I'm assuming the Queens would stick together and maybe they would have faith in Sarah Beth because technically Sarah Beth is linked to Kylan. But you're essentially saying that Derek X is the next at the bottom of the totem pole. So I thought it was really weird the way Xavier went to Derek X and was like, okay, you don't target the Kings, right? I was like, okay, that's really arrogant of you. And you know what's funny is that most of the people targeted are actually the Kings this week, so that's kind of funny. So yeah, Derek says that if he wins, he's gonna pull her off the block, and he does admit that he wants to target Christian. I thought it was such a risky move, but I'm so happy he did it because it gave us really, really good television this week. So let me reread what you said, Philip. I'm assuming your name is Philip, so I just said Philip. And they show winners. Yeah. Oh, I've seen. Oh, so you haven't watched. Okay, so you haven't watched the seasons. You just know based on like what was shown. So how could you say that you like Dane if you only see like you don't see the full season? I don't watch the season, but on YouTube I searched some episodes on YouTube. Okay, fully watch Big Brother Canada 5. You need to fully watch that season to understand how epically good that season was on BBC, on Big Brother Canada. Yeah. Did you really interview Eric from Big Brother Canada 8? If so, send me the link. So link I can't find it. Did you really? I didn't interview what's it called? I didn't interview Eric. We had actually like on the main channel when I used to have a partner I used to do a live stream with someone else, and we had actually had Dre and William from Big Brother Canada 5 on the podcast, but she took down the video, and I'm assuming because she's not comfortable being on the channel anymore. But it was really an interesting interview, and maybe I could repost that interview with Dre and William and just blur out her face, just because I'm assuming she doesn't want to be on the channel. No, Eric Stein. No, never interviewed Eric Stein. I have no contact with Eric Stein. What did I say about Eric? Did you really interview Eric? No, I never interviewed Eric. Did I say Eric? But no, haven't. From Big Brother 8. No, I haven't. I didn't interview him. No, I know Eric Stein, America's player. Haven't interviewed him. Never mind, Loli. Yeah, no. I did not interview him. But he's free to come here if he wants to come here. But I think he's a bit traumatized by the BB fandom. And at some point, I feel like I heard him say that at some point he couldn't take the hate anymore or something like that. I don't remember. So, yeah. So, anyways, now we have Derek talking to Alyssa and Christian, and he's trying to sell to them that they are not the target, and they're actually buying it. These people, I think it's not so much they're buying it, it's that there's not much they can do at this point. If you're not the target, and if you try too much to talk about it, then you might make yourself a target. And that's why Alyssa and Christian had no choice but to say, look, like, okay, sure, that's a good excuse. So basically takes a dead silence. I talked about this. So Derek talks to Alyssa and Christian. He wants to make them believe that SB is not the target and that Brittany actually is the target, which makes no freaking sense. Why would Brittany be the freaking target? Like, who would believe that? Why would Brittany be the target? And he tells them that he didn't want to target two of them in their team. The same thing he said to SB, because then that would make him a bigger target. Christian feels comfortable talking to him, so right now Christian is at ease, which I don't understand why. And he makes them believe that the Jokers are the backdoor. Derek makes them believe that the Joker is a backdoor option. So yeah, let's see. Where's your British accent, baby? It's still here. It's not gone. I've been watching a lot of Love Island, so it's still here. It comes on and off. I want to cater to a large audience. People from the UK are gonna be so disappointed listening to me here and speaking. No, I don't have it. It has to come naturally. People in the UK are gonna hate me so much for talking like that, By the way, me and my friends, we watch Love Island, and it's so funny because my friends made a clip of them imitating the way people talk in Love Island. Can I pull you over for a chat, please? So obviously I fancy you. Anyways, it was hilarious. I wish they would just post it. Derek X is smart. Yo, Derek X is thinking 3, 5, 10 steps at a 10 steps ahead. The only thing is, I wish he really doesn't get targeted next week. I wish he doesn't get targeted next week, because I don't want him to go. I love him so much. I love him and Hannah so much. Like, I don't want him to go. I don't want him to go. But anyways, we have is it the scene where we see, oh yeah, so anyways, I'm stuttering. SB is basically telling us that she's willing to let Alyssa use the power of veto to save her, even if that means putting Christian up on the block. So yeah, and I agree with SB. At the end of the day, if it comes down to SB versus Christian, Alyssa's gonna save Christian. So might as well get rid of him right now, you know? So anyways, so now it's the veto pick. Derek picks Alyssa, which is not good because he's probably going, it's not good because she's the least, she's the player he can manipulate the least, right? Because if there's a small chance that it gets out that Christian is actually the target, and if they started putting 2 and 2 together, there would be a possibility that Alyssa would not use the power of veto. Then we have SB who picks Claire, and that's perfect because Claire does not want to win the power of veto because she's safe till jury. So Claire is actually a good option for Derek. I'm watching the game as if I were in Derek X's shoes because to me he's the main character right now. And Brittany picks Kylan, which is kind of good because Kylan would save SB if he had the opportunity. So other than Alyssa, the veto picks are actually pretty good. They're in our favor because we like Derek X. But yeah. So and I like that the veto was early because that tells me, I think it was 8:18. It wasn't 8:20 yet, and the veto pick had already been made. So that tells me that the episode is gonna be good. When you want to get it over with the veto competition and have it out quickly, that tells me that there's going to be a lot of drama after the veto. So I like that. Yes, when I watch Big Brother, I pay attention to the times because that tells me if the decision is going to be obvious after the veto or not. Philly Dog MM2. Claire bothers me. I kind of love Claire for some reason. I don't know why. I have this irrational love for Claire. She's just cool. She's just a cool chick minding her business. For now, she's just floating, but she's a good kind of floater because she understands the game. I don't know why. I kind of like Claire. I can't explain it. There's no rational reason for that. Maybe because she's from New York and I have that East Coast bias because I'm also technically from the East Coast, you know, being from Quebec. We're also East Coasters. She's from New York, right? I just assumed she was from New York. Let me write Claire BB23. I'm assuming she's from New York. Maybe I could be wrong. Where is she from? Where? Hometown? New York. Yeah, New York, you know? Oh, it says Ohio. So maybe she was born in Ohio and she moved to New York. So anyway, she's still in New York in my head. Guys, it is so hot here that my sweat is literally drooping down my back. My sweat is drooping down my back. It is so hot in here. Oh, I'm sorry, I have the fan on. Man, I hope it's not making too much noise. I don't think it's making too much noise. Oh shit. You guys tell me if it's making too much noise. I'm so sorry, I have the fan on. I forgot to turn it off. I don't know freaking why. I just don't like Tiffany. Tiffany is just too strong, the way she interacts with people, and she's messy. See, you know, did you guys notice the mistake she made with with Hannah, and she revealed the royal flush in front of Hannah? It was like, girl, you had one job. But the only advantage is that it shows that she has loyalty towards Hannah because she's literally talking about the royal flush in front of Hannah. No, you're not good. You're good. It's fine. Okay, perfect. Happy. The sound is not too bad. But yeah, anyways, after the veto pick, we see Sarah Beth laughing because she's going to betray her own team. And I freaking love that moment. Had it not been for Sarah Beth targeting Hannah, I kind of really like Sarah Beth. I freaking love Sarah Beth. I love Sarah Beth. I love Hannah. It's unfortunate that they both see through each other's BS, but I love them both. So yeah, so now we have the veto competition. You had one job, you failed. I know. Oh, Tiffany, right? Tiffany, like, girl, but because Tiffany has too many alliances. She has the cookout, the cookout, the queens, the the royal flush. Was she in the instigate? What was it? The instigators? The exterminators. No, was it the exterminators? What was that first week alliance? I don't think she was in it. She wasn't in there. But yo, it's so crazy to me that Whitney is not in the house. Brent is not in the house. Like, people are dropping like flies, and yo, those alliances are solid. Anyways, so yeah, I thought at first when I saw the competition, I thought it was annoying because I was like, oh man, it's gonna be so predictable. The physical threats are gonna win that game, you know. And surprisingly, Brittany wins that veto. I'm so happy for her. Like, yo, she went mad. She went crazy. She was like, at the end, she was like, ah. But anyways, going in order of the veto. So Claire gets eliminated first. We're not surprised about that because, you know, she's here till jury. So why the freak would she win that? The only reason why I thought Claire might decide not to lose first would be to win a prize, because we know, if you're a Big Brother fan, you know that in that kind of competition, it's often veto first because you want to give everyone the opportunity to get the veto. Then the second would be a prize, usually $5,000, a trip or whatever, and then after you get to the punishment. So had I been Claire, maybe I would not want a punishment, but then again, you know, someone's gonna steal the veto. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Claire is here till jury, so it doesn't really matter. And then after SB loses second, I thought she would last a bit longer, to be honest, because she was on the block. I'm kind of disappointed she got kicked out. But yeah, so she decides to keep the $5,000, sorry, and people are shocked that she didn't take the veto. And Alyssa is pissed because she's like, oh, so you expect us to do the work for you while you just chill and get your $5,000? The optics are bad, but I do understand why Sarah Beth did it, because it's like, anyways, someone is going to steal the veto from me because Brittany is still here. And I hope she made that clear with the rest of the house guests, or at least with the Kings, that anyways, Brittany was going to take the veto, so there was no use for her in stealing that veto, right? So yeah. And then Kylan gets eliminated, surprisingly, right? Because I thought the comp beasts would be the ones winning that competition, right? So then Kylan steals the veto, and instead of taking the punishment, right, obviously, because, you know, you don't want to take that punishment. So oh yeah, and the punishment is that every time there's a 52, it's like this card game 52 pickup. So when you hear 52 pickup, you have to throw the cards and then I guess pick them up and sort them in order. So he switches and he gives that to Claire. Notice how after that competition was done, we only saw Derek X's punishment. We haven't seen Claire's punishment. So that goes to show that there's a lot of juiciness going on, because they didn't even bother showing that fluff in here. So yeah, so now Kylan is the one with the power of veto and Claire has a punishment. Then Derek is eliminated and everyone is like jubilating. Everyone is so happy that Derek got eliminated because he is the comp beast, right? So you would expect him to, you know, at least be first or second in that competition. So he gets eliminated and basically he gets a jackass punishment where he has to make a club sandwich every time he hears the sound, I think. And then he wanted to switch his punishment with Sarah Beth's $5,000. And Sarah Beth is like, no, please don't do it. How could you do this to me? And funny enough, he feels so guilty. And I was like, damn, girl, you really did that. Like, wow, congratulations. But yeah, so Derek has a punishment and he already knows. He's already disappointed because he knows that he's going to have a punishment. And he's pissed. But anyways, I think it was best for Derek X's game to just take the L, don't take the $5,000, and just pick the punishment, because anyways, people are going to hate you after your HOH reign, so don't add fuel to the fire by winning a $5,000 on top of that. So he doesn't switch the prize with Sarah Beth. And then last round, Alyssa versus Brittany, and Brittany actually wins. Alyssa gets a prize that she gets a call to keep her loved one, so she keeps that prize. She doesn't steal the power of veto because obviously Brittany would steal the power of veto in the end. And yes, so Brittany switches her punishment, which is the bathroom punishment that Derek X got in the end, and he switched it for the she switched it for the power of veto. Wait, so Derek had the power of veto? I thought he had a punishment. So yeah, okay, no. Yeah, so I misunderstood. So yeah, sorry. Derek took the power of veto. So he gave the punishment that he got to Claire. Rather than... I don't remember what it was, okay? But bottom line is... Y'all understand. Y'all understand that Brittany won the power of veto and Derek got a punishment in the end. That's all that matters. I think I misexplained that, but whatever. I think Derek X is going out next week. I don't want him to go out next week. I love him. I freaking love... Okay, so let's think. Who would want Derek X out? So... You have the cookout. You have the cook. Let's go by team. Team Joker. Brittany would be mad at Derek X, right? So that's a good possibility. But I think Derek F and Azza might want to break up a showmance. Maybe. But yeah, Derek X is pretty big target, huh? The Queens, Sarah Beth is now... I don't know. I feel like no. Sarah Beth is in the Jokers. The Jokers hate Derek X, so he's definitely a target. I don't know if Sarah Beth would actually find Derek X to be a target, because technically he wasn't targeting her, and she knows that now. And the Queens, Claire, I don't know. I think Derek X is a big target, but I think he would have been a target despite the move that he made this week. But yeah, it's gonna be a hard ride for Derek X, but I freaking love him. I don't want him to go. So remember this comp in BB10. Oh my god, Libra stealing Michelle's trip to Hawaii was everything. I haven't watched BB10, Alec, but maybe tell Philly. Philly also watches. Philly watched the season, so Philly knows what you're talking about. Oh my god, I'm the worst Big Brother super fan ever. How do I not know those references? I'm the worst. Oh yeah, Alec. Lol, yes, I knew you guys would know each other. You guys would know, like, what y'all talking about. I feel out of the loop. I feel rejected. I really need to get back to watching those seasons. But there's so much. Oh my god, there's another show called F-Boy Island, and apparently it's good. I keep seeing people comment about it, so that's another show on the list. I feel like it never ends. So many shows. Anyways, this second part of the episode gets really, really juicy. Okay? So yeah, so Brittany won the power of veto, and then we have a segment of Derek. We have a segment of Derek and him having to do the PP patrol next to the PP room at the basement, not the basement, on the bottom floor. At first I was like, oh, this segment is gonna be so stupid. I don't need to see it. I just want to get down to business. But it was actually so funny. Like, imagine wanting to poo and having to Derek announce it to the whole house. Imagine going to the bathroom 20 times a day and Derek announcing it to the whole house. So to me, that was literally so funny. And at night when it happened, I love that punishment. And I think it was more of a punishment for the house than for Derek X. I mean, it sucks to stand next to a bathroom. I would hate standing next to a bathroom. Like, horrible. Anyways, so yeah. So then we get to the juicy part, right? So Derek tells Alyssa that he's going to target Christian. And I don't know if he should have told her, because he said that he told her because she's going to be part of the game next week. And I don't know if it was the right choice. But yeah, the blind side would have been horrible. But they still hate him in the end, right? Alyssa says, no, that's not good for your game. We would not have targeted you. You're literally a shield. Like, you and Christian have literally similar games. You guys act as shield to each other. So why the freak are you doing this, right? And Alyssa says that he could have the votes. I don't think so. I think he's going home unless there's something juicy happening. How could Christian not be the target? Like, how could he not? I know that, let's say if I look at the... so it would be Sarah Beth, versus Christian. I don't see how they don't evict Christian. I don't see how Sarah Beth hasn't won any competitions. Oh yeah, she has. She has won that painting competition, but that wasn't a veto. That was an HO. That was not an HOH. But still, I would want to target Christian. And even I'm gonna say it as a woman, I want Christian out because those male win those physical competitions, gotta kick them out. You know. So you should watch BB10. It's like BB Can 5 of the Big Brother US. Yes, with Diane Giesling. Okay, it has to be on my list then. Drama every single episode. Okay, I'm excited then. I'm excited. I have to watch it. If it's like BB Can 5, you sold it very, very, very adequately. Philly Dog said, MM2 said, Michelle was swearing so much in the diary room and she freaked out. LOL. Oh my god, yeah, Keisha's birthday. Yeah, I saw Keisha's birthday. And the fight, the whole fight, that I have watched. Keisha's birthday, the whole fight. And in the end, they have to say, okay, so it's Keisha's birthday, and they do this ghetto cake with like, what's it called, whipped cream cake, and they're like, happy birthday, Keisha, birthday Keisha. And Technotronics, I do remember, I saw that double eviction of Technotronics with Jeff Schroeder. I suck at spelling. Yeah, Technotronics, I remember from Big Brother 11. I know what happens in Big Brother. Like, I know the highlight events, but I haven't watched the seasons. That's the thing, because I've watched so many clips online that I know what went on, you know? So sorry, I suck at spelling. I mean, you don't suck at spelling, because I don't know if that's a word altogether. No, watch BB14. I have watched BB14. That I remember that. I mean, I have watched it, but not all the episodes were available, so my watching experience was ghetto, but I saw the master mindfulness of Dan, like, amazing. Chef's kiss. And Alex says, and they're always turning on each other, haha. I love that. Kind of like Big Brother Canada 9. I feel like Big Brother Canada 9, they're always turning back on each other. Big Brother 14 is my favorite US season. I love that season. It was a good season. I wish I could watch it better because I didn't have access to the episode. Ian and Dan, my boy. Yeah, I thought both were deserving. I mean, obviously, Dan played a phenomenal game, but Ian, I'm not mad that Ian won, but Dan played it phenomenally. Okay? So Alex said, Philly tells Alec, BB8 and BB14, my fave season. BB8 with Evil Dick. Yes. So yeah, so continue talking about like what happened during the episode. Like the Kings are freaking out that Derek X is actually going to make that move. I think it's quite early for Derek to make that move, but then again, I feel like Derek was maybe one of the next targets. So I'm mad because it's giving us a very good episode right now and a very good week. I'm very happy with Derek's HOH. I freaking love Derek X. Alyssa tells Christian. Did Alyssa tell Christian? Because I missed that part because I think I was chatting with you, Philly, so I missed that part. Is it Alyssa who told Christian or is it Derek who told Christian? But yeah, Derek tells Xavier and they're all starting to freak out like, no, you can't do this. You realize next week you're not going to be like able to play the HOH competition. You're definitely going to be a target. Xavier wants Christian. Xavier doesn't want Christian to go because it's been like Christian has been Xavier's shield, and if Christian goes, then Xavier might be the other person at the top of the hierarchy of people to be targeted. Xavier says that he will definitely target Derek X in the coming weeks. Oh yeah. So then Derek X tells in front of Alyssa, so Alyssa, I'm thinking of nominating Christian instead of Big D, and then SB has to act shocked, but really SB is like, yes, put Christian, that is my best option for me to stay in the house. Please don't let me go out of this house on my birthday week. I want to at least make it to jury, and I get it, like you want to be part of the jury because even if you don't win, being part of the jury is part of like the Big Brother experience. It sucks not to experience that jury. So yeah, so he tells Sarah Beth, so yeah, exactly. So then Christian and Xavier can't believe, they feel like it makes no sense what is currently happening. Christian so then they announce the power veto ceremony, and I think Christian interrupts it and makes a last-ditch effort to Derek to be like, yo, don't put me on the block. It's going to be so bad for your game. And he's saying that, yo, By the way, I'm a shield for you, and the week prior I did not target you, so you know you can trust me. And I feel like it's already too late. Derek, don't fall for it. Just put Christian, because you're gonna be the target anyways. They are going to want you out of the house, even if you are not the target, even if you save them. So that's that. So then Big Brother pulls a to be continued. So we do not see what happens during the Power of Veto competition. We do not see what happens during the Power of Veto ceremony. It's going to be aired tomorrow. I can't wait to see what happens. I'm actually literally so excited. I'm happy that they did to be continued tomorrow, because it's giving me something to look forward to tomorrow. But yeah, so Alex said best Final Four in BB. Which one? In BB14? Alex says Philly, mines are BB10 and BB14. Those are all good seasons from what I saw online. Alex, nice. Okay, disco. Philly dog says okay. Says okay, disco. I watched a lot of BB season. I watched BB6, BB7, BB8, BB10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 22, 23. All of the seasons like last year and this year. You need to watch Big Brother Canada 5 and Big Brother Canada 9 for real, not just clips, okay? But yeah, me too. I pretty much, I think you've watched more season than me. And you started just last year watching Big Brother, right? So you binged the whole thing. You have binged. Because I started watching Big Brother in 2013, I think. Yeah, 2013 was my first year of watching Big Brother. So Philly Dog says, I think Derek X is going to leave next week. I don't want him to leave. I don't want Derek to leave. By the way, guys, by the way, don't forget to leave a comment, to leave a like, leave a subscribe. Encourage those little small ass channels. Thank you very much. Anyways, I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy for even people watching this deferred live. Thank you for everything. And then Alex says, that's nice. You should watch 3 next, Philly. That was with Danielle Reyes, right? Best Final Four in Big Brother 14. Yes. But I think Danielle was not liked. I don't think people like Danielle Murphy, no? I think she was not liked. Best seasons are Big Brother Canada 5, Big Brother 14, Big Brother Canada 9, BB10. Philly, Alec just confirmed it. Didn't I tell you that Big Brother Canada 5 was the best season? He just confirmed it. Best Final 2, my bad. That's what I meant. Yeah, not Final 4, because I don't think Danielle Murphy was supposed to be part of that roster. Anyways, guys, I'm so happy for this live. I'm so happy for Big Brothers this season. So happy with this week. I freaking love Derek X. So we'll see each other next week for next week's episode of Big Brother. Bye. And I really hope they don't target my man Derek. I'm gonna be so freaking pissed. Anyways, bye guys.